Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Secrets are everywhere in today's General Hospital spoilers, but will any of them be revealed? Christina wants to clear things up with Rick and Ava. Laura visits Rocco. Brennan alerts Vaughn to an issue as Emma confides in Jocelyn. Brooklyn confides in Chase. And Dante demands answers from Lois. Rick and Ava were adjusting the terms of their blackmail with Alexis when Christina came home and was surprised to see them there. "We should get something straight about your car crash," she informs them. She wouldn't really confess to her involvement in the accident, would she? Rocco's family is grateful that he's okay, but still concerned about his getting alcohol poisoning from drinking so much at the college beach party. "Can you tell me what happened?" Laura asks gently. Jocelyn's first assignment for the WSB is investigating Professor Dalton, but Brennan reminds Vaughn they need to keep this quiet. If she starts to suspect that we're interested in Dalton, he explains, it could be a problem. Meanwhile, Emma decides to come clean with Jocelyn. "Can you keep a secret?" she asks. Might Emma know something about Dalton? Having drinks with Chase at the Brown Dog Bar, Brooklyn has a confession to make. "I did something I need to tell you about," she informs her husband. How will he react to learning that Tracy now knows Brooklyn's secret as well? At the hospital, Dante has been lashing out at Gio, blaming him for Rocco nearly dying of alcohol poisoning. But Lois stepped in and blurted out that he doesn't even know who Gio really is. Still angry, and now more than a little confused, Dante shouts, "Please tell me who Gio really is." And with all the heightened emotions flying around, who is Lulu warning that she thinks they went too far? Port Charles is about to explode with emotional tension, dangerous confrontations, and long-awaited reckonings as Detective Dante Falconeri takes center stage in the May 7, 2025 episode of General Hospital, demanding answers from all sides as secrets unravel faster than anyone expected and hidden motives rise to the surface with terrifying consequences for everyone involved. Dante's simmering frustration finally boils over after weeks of unanswered questions and backdoor dealings that have left him suspicious, angry, and absolutely done playing by the rules, especially when those closest to him are at the heart of the mystery he's chasing. After getting stonewalled by the PCPD, frozen out by Jordan, and missiled by Anna, Dante decides to go rogue, and it's Sunny's recent behavior that pushes him over the edge. As Dante barrels into Sunny's penthouse unannounced, demanding the truth about what really happened the night of the warehouse explosion, and who he's been protecting ever since, the mob boss meets his son with calm menace. But it's clear the walls are closing in, and Sunny may not be able to talk his way out of this one. Dante won't back down, especially with growing evidence pointing to Sunny covering up for someone close to him, possibly even Jason. Dante's eyes burn with betrayal as he begs Sunny to come clean, not just for the law, but for their family. Meanwhile, in the shadows of Port Charles, Anna Devane faces a reckoning of her own as the WSB begins investigating her secret dealings with Valentin Casadine. Her attempts to protect him may now cost her everything, including her job and her credibility. She knows Dante is circling closer to the truth, and though she respects him, she fears what he'll uncover will not only shatter lives, but could destroy the fragile alliances barely holding Port Charles together. And then there's Jason Morgan, who's been lurking in the background ever since his shocking return, playing a dangerous game of silence and survival. He hasn't revealed his full plan, but the moment is coming, and Dante's sudden push for answers threatens to blow up everything. Jason watches from the shadows, calculating every move, torn between loyalty and justice, knowing full well Dante won't stop until he gets the truth. And if that happens, someone's going to prison. Across town, Sam senses the shift in the air as well, and warns Jason that his days of staying hidden unbreakable bond now feels strained, complicated by her loyalty to Dante and her fear that Jason's return has put a target on all their backs. Jason tells Sam the truth is messier than she realizes, but the moment to act is coming whether they're ready or not. Elsewhere, Ava Jerome is battling demons of her own as Dante starts asking pointed questions about her late-night visit to the docks on the same night the warehouse went up in flames. Ava, still haunted by Nicholas and struggling to hold onto her power and poise, knows that any misstep could land her in the crossfire. Her connection to Sonny, her knowledge of Jason's movements, and her own web of lies are catching up to her fast. She tries to play it cool when Dante stops her outside the gallery, but her flash of panic doesn't go unnoticed, and Dante logs every blink, every stumble, determined to piece together the whole picture. Nina, caught in a tug-of-war between Sonny and her own conscience, starts to crack under the weight of so many lies. She tries to steer Dante away from the path that could take Sonny down, but quickly realizes that Dante's no longer asking. He's demanding. And for good reason. The explosion wasn't just a random act of violence. It was personal, it was targeted, and now it's clear someone's been cleaning up the mess in a way that screams cover-up. Dante, a man who's tried for years to balance the badge with blood ties, is now seeing that the scales are tipped far too deep into the shadows. Meanwhile, Carly can feel the ground shifting too. Her instincts kick in, and she starts asking her own questions, worried that the entire family is standing on a trapdoor ready to spring. She confronts Sonny in the Metro court, but instead of clarity, she finds more silence, more dodging, and more hints that the man she once loved may be lying not just to the world, but to himself. Michael, watching his father spiral again, considers stepping in, only to find himself once again wrestling with whether to protect his family or finally step out of the Corinthos shadow. At the same time, Willow has her own battle brewing as she uncovers a piece of information about the Baden-Baden clinic and the mysterious investor funding its expansion, an investor who might just be tied to Valentine. As Dante continues connecting dots and pressing witnesses, he corners Jordan in her office with one final demand. Either she gives him full clearance to pursue this case without restriction, or he walks away entirely and takes the truth public. Jordan, recognizing that Dante is the only one brave enough and stubborn enough to crack this case wide open, reluctantly agrees. Now unleashed, Dante goes full force into the investigation, which leads him right to the Quartermain estate, where Drew and Ned are having a tense conversation about ELQ's recent security breach. Another thread that seems oddly connected to the warehouse incident. Drew refuses to give details, but Dante isn't backing down anymore. Every clue, every lie, every person trying to sweep this under the rug is about to find themselves exposed. As the clock ticks down and Dante inches closer to the heart of the truth, someone in Port Charles is watching him very closely. Someone with everything to lose and no intention of letting the detective take them down. In the final moments of the episode, Dante receives an anonymous tip that leads him to a remote cabin outside town. When he arrives, gun drawn, the door creaks open, revealing a figure from the shadows. He steps inside and gasps. The camera fades to black. But one thing is certain. Dante Falconeri is done waiting. He's demanding answers, and Port Charles will never be the same again. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.